Welcome to 150 hours of chess. Today is day 24. I might be able to finish the first 50 hours by the end of today. And yeah, that was really exciting. Yeah, during this 50 hours, I've learned a few openings and then played some games. Won some, lose some, still blendering, but blender less, I reckon. And today will be the same. Still doing some puzzles and then play a few games. Maybe on Thursday, I will learn another opening. Let's start. My opponent pushed the pawn. I have a bishop here, stopping them from castle. I have a dark square bishop here. But they pushed the pawn to attack me. I have I have king here, currently in the dark square. I'm thinking about getting the king out. No, getting the rook out to give the king a check. And then king have to move that way, I believe. And then move the light square bishop that way. Yeah, that would be a checkmate. The settings today feels a bit weird. Because the Type-C socket, is that word socket? It's not working properly today, so I can't connect to my monitor, and I don't have as much a big screen. So this feels a bit weird to me. Okay, my opponent move their knight, attack my bishop. They have a rook here, bishop here undeveloped and a bit stuck. A queen here protecting the knight and also undeveloped. A rook here. They push this pawn and a king here. Oh, they also have a knight here controlling these two squares. I have a queen here controlling these diagonal. I have a knight here and a rook here. If I move my knight, that would give them a discover check. If I can keep the bishop on this diagonal, so even they take, I can take it with the queen. Moving my knight to this square would be checking it here, but I have to move the queen to this diagonal, stopping them from taking it. But wait, if I do this, that's a check. They move the king. I jump to here, that's another check. um, they have to take it here, and then I can move my queen to here. That will be a checkmate. Black jumped the knight there. Their two knight is connected. They have a queen here undeveloped and slightly blocked. A bishop here undeveloped. And a rook here also not developed. I have a bishop controlling here. Also, my bishop is under attack. I have a rook here controlling this diagonal and a rook here undeveloped. I feel like there's a lot of tension here. So they have two protector here, and I actually have three attacker here. Ideally, I want to line it up and then move the queen here to give them a check. So if I do this, they would take it with the bishop, and then I take it with rook. They likely to take it here with knight. I can take the knight, but I lose a more valuable piece to a knight. I can take the queen here, but after they move the bishop, queen will be protected by the rook. Okay, this is a bit more difficult than I thought. If I goes here, the knight could directly take and attack my queen next. If I take it here, then bishop could take here. And then I don't want to take it with my rook, because I will lost it, and also I can't check. There is a way to win the queen for my opponent. But how? Oh, do they mean this? If I use the bishop here to check the king, and then I mean king don't have anywhere to move, and there is nothing to block it. So well, I guess they can use the bishop to block. bishop will be under attack. Move, I can use my queen to take. And then after they take it with knight, I can take the knight. So I'll be winning a piece if they do that. But if they don't, if they take it with knight, then I guess I can directly take the queen. Okay, they move the knight here, attacking my bishop and knight at the same time. I have a bishop and queen lining up in here. And I have a knight that could go there to check. My opponent have a knight here, controlling the space, and have a knight here, just attacking. I thought I would do this, give them a check first. They would have to move this way. And then quite easily include my knight. And then I move my bishop here, attacking the queen. But I guess they can directly move the queen to the back file to check my king. So that is not ideal. So maybe I can do this. Like move the queen there first. Or maybe I can get my knight out first. Attack the king. And then king have to move. And then knight could go where? I mean, here would be another check. But pawn could directly take. Wait, after they do this, I can drop down to chase them again, and then they goes there. No, they can't go there because my knight is controlling there. Oh, I see. This is really bad. Like, two of my pieces are under attack. And also because my queen is here, even though my queen is protected, their queen is also controlling that two square. So they have two attacker and I only have one protector. My opponent moved the rock here and have a knight here, controlling these two, well, these space. Queen is controlling this diagonal and also protect the knight here. They have rock controlling the center. I have two rocks controlling the center. A queen here. Under attack of the rock. A bishop here that is slightly blocked. I feel like I'm gonna lose my queen. Wait, actually, this pawn. If I take it with a queen, they take, I take, that will be equal. If I take it with a rock, then if they take here, I'll take their queen. And then they can move the knight away. That would also be equal. I think queen here would be better because that's also come with a check. No. Okay. So the two things that I'm thinking, none of them is what that the engine think is a good move. Right. Shut some of the curtain. Is there a way I can check the king? Do I do this? Let's say if I drop my knight there, attack the queen. They could either use the knight to take or use rock to take. And that's actually worse. If I directly take here, and if they take, I can take their queen. If they don't take, I win a piece. Why? What is the difference? What is the difference with these moves? Because Well, at least in my opinion, they achieved the same thing. Um, they moved the rock here. I think preventing me to do this or this. And they have a bishop here. They have a queen here. And they also have a rock controlling this open file. I have a queen here and a rock here. If I take it here, they would take it with a rock. I can't take back because nothing else is protecting there. I can't drop because rock could drop back. Um, Part of me is wondering, should I just take the bishop here? Because that is unprotected. Wait, because this is controlling it, which means if I do this, they take, I take, that would achieve the same thing. No, they don't think that should be the case. Okay. Both of the thing that I think is not right. Like, what's wrong with it if I do this? Surely they would take, because if they don't take, I can drop the rock there. Let's say they drop the queen back. I'll probably take the queen. They can take me. Still moving the queen. The hint said that I should still move the queen. I don't understand. After I sack my queen, let's say the rock dropped to the end file. They could drop as well. I guess I can take them. Now I see. This is so complex. White dropped the bishop back. I also have a light square bishop that is attacking it. They have the king to protecting it, and I have the king to protecting here. If I take them, they take it here. They have a few places that they could go. I feel like here would be where they go. Just start to remove my pawn. Well, they are controlling here. I guess I can go that way to remove the piece there. And then push my pawn this way. But if they take me, that could immediately help me move my king. I have a queen and a king. They have two rock. Their king is here. I imagine I move my queen there, and then they drop the rock to protect. I could do this, give them a check. Or actually, I feel like drop here, give them a check would be better. Because then I can try to push the pawn here. Wait, no? Why? Because that would block my pawn promoting. If I do this, well, if I do this, their king move. And I can't take it here because now the bishop is, the rock is back. I have to do something like this, that attacking here. King could take. Okay, now it's time for some game. Okay, I'm black. I'll play French defense. Knight out, controlling the square. doesn't actually controlling the square that I am aiming for. But now their bishop could get out and their queen could get out as well. So after it's sort of like a close position, and it's protected by the knight. That's actually slightly more awkward. I'll probably develop, there are a few things I can do. Probably not the knight, because they could directly take. Bishop here would be directly take, but bishop here is doable. Just controlling this diagonal. And I can get the bishop out here, or a knight out here, but that might stop this pawn pushing up. So I imagine their next step will be pushing here, just completely close the position, which means it's actually awkward if I put my bishop here, because after their potential next move that they could have taken here. So it's very annoying that the knight here controlling the space and the pawn here controlling here. I would get the bishop out. Maybe I'll push the pawn here just to take this away. Yeah, I'll do this first. After they take, the question would be, should I take it with a knight or should I take it with a queen? Yeah, I'll probably say knight out first, just simply because generally that develop the queen too early may causing me losing the queen. They have a knight out. That don't actually change a thing because it is protected. If I take it here, that instead of they take me, that I take them, knight could take. I have nothing controls the square there. So I reckon I'll get my knight out. Just putting more pressure there. At this point, I think I will do long castle. Okay, that means having using the knight here would causing the check. So like the knight was pinned to the king. So develop my bishop. To resolve the tension here. So after the knight change, that could be. Okay. There are two ways I want to resolve. If I take it here, and then they take my knight, I take their bishop, and then their knight could take here. Their knight would control more center and aiming for this space. Potentially attacking my bishop. And I guess I can move my queen up to kick the knight out. Another way would be I use the knight to take here. If they use the knight to take it with the pawn, and then they can take the bishop here, and then I'll develop my queen. That is not too bad. I guess they can get the queen here to check. Or if I take it, if I take it here, they take the bishop first, and then I take it with the queen. They use the knight to take me, and I take here. I feel like probably this would be the best. Yep, their bishop is protected by the knight. If the knight take here, maybe I can do this first. Interesting. They didn't do either. I reckon if I take it here, queen move, and then bishop move, and then maybe the knight come back. So that would be a trade. And then, or if I take here first, they could take back with a knight protecting here, or they can directly take here. And then I have enough time to trade my bishop, and then their pawn would take here. That's actually worse. So I'm gonna do this. Give them a check so that they have to resolve it first. Okay, at least here is protected. And after this move, here, this pawn would also have to protect her. Well, they could also do this, but I could push my pawn up. So that should be fine. Yep. Was it here? Push the queen, attack the knight. And also castle. What? They guess where I'm from. First say Australian, and then say no, New Zealand. Okay, cool, fine. Okay. They are aggressively push the pawn here, so I have to be aware of the situation that they could doing a aggressive king side attack. My next move would be long castle if nothing happened, if they don't do this. If they do this, I will just push the pawn up. And then push the pawn up here and then develop the knight. Yeah, knight here could be nice, because that would control the space. And if I can also lining up the bishop here. I feel like they might be aiming for this. If I castle, then that would be, I can't take back any. I have to use my queen, and I don't like that. With that, I can push it here, just to block it here. And if they use the pawn to take it first, I can use this pawn to take. But then there is nothing protecting here. I can I can develop the bishop here, and then if they take, I'll take it with a pawn, and then they take here, I'll take it with a queen. So I will losing this important pawn here, but I'll take two pieces, like I'll win the pieces, which is not as bad in my opinion. I have to say my king is not as safe because now this is open file. Actually, maybe I'll castle long side. Well, I'll still castle short side. At least the pawn structure here seems more protected. Okay, they get the rock out attacking here. Nothing else is attacking there. So my one piece should be fine. I'll get my knight out and doing long short castle. And also this side is quite weak. Maybe get my knight there. Could fork. Well, if the rock take here, and my knight could go there to fork the queen and the rock there. I feel like they might aiming to come into the open file. So I am going to control it first. Okay, they push the pawn up to support it. And also they block where the rock could go. I feel like now it's time for me to castle. And then I might get to here. Queen moves to there. Could be attacking here. Could be attacking here. Well, I feel like they might be aiming for this. I was originally thinking about going there. And if that is the case, they ignore a take here, I can take with the queen. And if the queen take here, I can take it with the pawn. This will be hanging. Yeah, I think it's relatively safe to do this. Another thought would be bring my rock up here and then use my rock to take this. And if they take back with the rock, I'll take it with the queen and then drop to here. They move the rock away. Maybe I can utilize my knight even more. I can't see any better moves. Maybe I'll do this. But if I do it here, then they push this pawn up. Then that support this pawn. And also, this is protected by the rock. And also they will be attacking me here. Yeah. Also, I prefer not to bring the pawn structure here because now they stuck in this side. How about I try it? Oh, I really shouldn't do this because I know that that might not be a good move. And then now I'm just being like, how about I try it and hope that will work out? That's way too hope chess. But if I push it up here, they could close position and that would block my queen. And I can't push it further. That would be even more awkward. So maybe not. I can push it up here. But what is the point? Is there anything else I can utilize here? Push it up would resolve the tension here. So that would, they would take, I would take, and then they would take, and then their bishop could take. Yeah, also not great. Maybe I will do this just because I don't have other good moves. If they do this, I'll just drop it back. Maybe to here. I guess that is another move. I can try to draw them away. They could also put further. Yeah. Well, in that case, I'm gonna close the position here. So now it's awkward. I can't take here. I can't take here. What are they up to? I can't go there as well because their pawn is controlling. I am a bit stuck. I guess I could try to challenge the queen. With it here, I have to have something protecting it. Can I do something about the knight? Or goes here or here? Wait. If I goes here, they could take it with a pawn, and if they do, I'll drop the rook down. No, I can't because of the bishop. Well, if I get my queen here first, and then after the bishop take, I take it with the queen, and then that would be a checkmate. But after I take here, if they don't take, let's say they move the bishop or the rook, don't have to worry about rook too much because that is supported. With the bishop here, I could drop the knight to here. So I think this could be doable. Then my next thought would be knight take here. And then if they take, drop my rook. And then they take, drop my queen. That is a mating sequence. If they don't take here, I successfully got my knight into the game. And then I could do something about it. Or even I can go to here. No! They now have escape square. For God's sake. Okay. I feel like in this case, this is not as useful now. Um, it's a shame that my queen is not here. Otherwise, I could pin the pawn. And even I do it now, they can use rock to controlling here, and then that would be very close to mate. So I want to save my knight in this case. That means I'm also thinking if I just stew doing this, I could have moved to here to check. No, I will save it. If they push it here, I would take. And then if they take it here, that would it's both discover on the rock here and also directly attack my knight. If I take it here, then the queen could directly take. I could also just close the position here, and after they push further, I can take with the knight. Because, yeah. Now here would be a open file soon. So could be nice to get my queen back. And preparing. They push it here potentially that they want to protecting this to go. Okay, they now have three things protecting one piece. I have one, two, I could also have three. Only problem is that if I move my queen, then the bishop could take here. So maybe I should resolve this first. If I put it up here, they take, I take, and then I can take the bishop. Yeah. So that would be both controlling here and also attacking here. I am pretty close to being checkmate here, I have to be aware. Okay, they move the bishop back, also protecting here. I feel like they might figure out my plan. In this case, if they push it here, I still have 1, 2, 3. And they have 1, 2. Oh, if they don't do that, I actually have a really nice move. That would be a fork, pawn fork. If they do it here, then yeah, maybe instead of the queen move, I should have do this. I'm hoping they allow me to do this. my opponent is thinking. Yeah, I'll be interested to review this game. I think I did see the knight variation before. Here is the fleet board. Okay, so it's that is the move. Ah, they push it here. Well, God, it's so annoying. I should have done the pawn fork first, because now I lost chance. They're likely to take it with the bishop. I can get them check, and nothing is protecting it. And then they can go here, and then I really want to check it again. I think here is fine. No, actually queen is protecting here. Here. Then I can win the bishop, I believe. Maybe I can go there to give them a check. I also have to be aware that I have two attacker. Yep, that should be fine. They block it with. I can do this, I believe. Let me see. I go here, give king a check and rock. If they take, I'll take it with a queen. If they move the king here, I'll take the rock there. Okay, so now I should be, it should be easier for me. I am thinking about going there. Don't know what they're up to, but I could take, I'm thinking about taking the rock there. Rock moved. Take it here. If they take back with a queen. Well, I have no problem trading it. And then I can push pawn. If they take, I can take it with the pawn. If they move the rock first, I'll take the pawn. So either should be fine. Actually, I can move the queen down. Give them a check. they're gonna do this. Yeah, because I was about to take it, and then I should use the rock and queen to check rather than just promoting this. Because I remember one thing that I came across in the past is that I really way too ahead of my opponent, and after promoting a pawn to a queen, that it end up stalemate because the king have nowhere to go. I would be interested to see the opening into the middle game. Hmm? Ah, I could have taken the knight. Um, though I was still hoping to long castle at that point, so I thought maybe I can save it, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, I did see this. I said that I should do the pawn fork. Oh, new game. Okay, still black. I'll still play French. I really think that I should start to learn new opening for black now because I'm feeling fairly confident with the French opening. Knight variation again. They said I should push here. I guess that's preventing, let's say if I take here, they take queen trade early, they lose castle rights. I'm happy with that. What they suggest, pawn here, I feel like I am aiming for this, though that could be extended too much. I still like the trading version. Cool. Well, they could push it here, so I reckon I'll get my knight out first. Are they planning to do this? Or this? I don't understand. I'll also develop it here so that I have two protected here. Not sure. If they push it here, then I take, they take, I take. I'll be winning a pawn during the exchange. And then they would discover attack here, but it's protected by my bishop, so it should be fine. So I'm going to develop the knight attacking here. They might push it, or they might get the knight out protecting it. Exactly walking into a pawn fork. Luckily, I have two pieces protecting the square, so that should be fine. Okay, are they thinking about after they exchange that I will be down pieces? I feel like that's what they thinking. Well, in that case, I'll castle first. Okay, now it's start. And then now they have two. How did I not see that they will have two pieces attacking, protecting here? So I will be losing piece. So annoying. Yeah, I shouldn't have castle here. Light square bishop. Well, what can I do? I feel like it's quite weak in here. Bishop is not protected. I could go to attack the bishop. Maybe here could be good. Though that is protected. But also the knight is controlling there as well. If I take, they take with the rock. I can't give them a check first. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, they developed the bishop. Block it. Attacking the rock. Rock is back. What else am I gonna do? Pushing the pawn up here. Develop the bishop to probably here, depend though. Getting the rock to the center. They develop their knight, controlling here. I'm not too worried. Protecting the pawn here. Start to move the knight. Develop the bishop. And also probably push the pawn. I mean, having the knight to the center would definitely be a good move. Well, I guess I can't do that. But I guess I can do this. I don't have a dark square bishop to punish here, unfortunately. Are they aiming for here? If I push the pawn here, they take. I'll develop my rock. But otherwise, if I let them do this, that would be quite jumping it on my face. Yeah, I was very cautious not to push this pawn here, just let them take my rock. I have made that mistake for a few times. My next move is planning to be here. They jump the knight here, protecting by the bishop. They could aiming for these plays. I feel like here would be most likely, because these two, if they go there, this are protected by the king. Go here, that would be fork. Here would be another fork, but I actually prefer them to go there so that I can bring a pawn to the center. With that go there, doesn't actually do anything. So I feel like I would like to go there, attacking the bishop. Ah, their knight is protecting it. I see, I see. Um, how about here? Doesn't do anything. I mean, I can try to pin the bishop. Also, they likely do this. So I think pin the bishop to the king would be the best, because I've just realized after they move the knight, they discover on the rock. This file is also open up for their rock to come out. Okay, so now they are unpinned. In that case, I'm gonna move my rock to a safe square. Could be here. That would be nicely lining up here. Here is control, here is controlled. I don't want to go back, so I reckon here will be the best. They might push it here. And if that is the case, I'll drop my knight. Okay, they have two protector. I have two attacker. Ha, I see what they're doing. They are attacking here. Well, I could go up one. Let's keep it safe. Or I can even drop back. Yeah, because that is protected by the bishop, so I don't have to worry about it too much. How to winning some peace here? I mean, knight here could be a fork. Knight here could be a fork. Yeah, I was thinking about going there. And then if they push further, I'll take, because I have two protector, I'm not too worried. Taking it here would be more of, okay, they bring the knight in to protect here again, and also they attacking my rock. I'm thinking maybe I can bring this back, or even bring it back here just to Yeah, I'll probably go here because I don't want to I don't want to block my bishop. What is the king? Ah, if I can go there, that would fork the king and the unprotected rock. But how? This is protected by the bishop. No, by the rock. And I don't have a dark square bishop to protect him there. Here is protected by the bishop and the rock. If they move the knight again, that would be annoying. What other fork can I do? Here is controlled. Well, their rook is very annoying here. Maybe instead of doing that, I could start to push pawn and start to promote something. Yeah, if I push the pawn here, they discover me again. For God's sake. If I push here, they take, I take. Or I push here, they don't take. I take here. They can't take with the rook unless they want to lose it to my bishop. Hmm. Interesting. They attack my knight. I can go here, attack the bishop. Because if, let's say that they're not doing that, what exactly are they doing? Are they going here to put more pressure on here, or are they gonna go here, attack here? Or going here that is not protected? Or maybe even lining up here. If I take here, they would take with a rock, and then I can't take back. That's not as smart. So I think I'll do this. If they do this, that's gonna be awkward because where I can go will be controlled by the rock. Or here, they can take it with pawn. Ah, so annoying. That would be a check. Pawn take. Rock take. Yeah, I don't have a better. Can't exactly think a better move. So now I'm really awkward because I'm down 2 pieces and don't have any knight left, and it's not as easy for me to fork my opponent. This point, I reckon I'll push pawn. But they have both stuck square and light square bishop. Oh my god. I think another thing I would do would be aggressively push the pawn here, and then try to remove their pawn structure here. And then after that, I can maybe use my rock. Don't have anything protecting it there. Well, they could be going for this. And then how did I not see this? Don't think there's anything I can do at this point. They would develop a queen, and with so many pieces above me, feel like they could go there, or maybe there, or maybe there. game is very painful. Do you think I can manage to make it a draw? I feel like unlikely. Surely they can checkmate me. Oh, I guess I can take it here. Well, maybe they can do this. That will be controlled. And then here will be controlled. I guess I can run back. Ah, this is so painful. It's such a painful game. Yeah, I think this is what I did wrong. Yep. Instead of doing it here, I should have pushed it up. That would be much better. And then castle, move rock to the center, and then discover on it, and then win this piece. That would have been much better. This is really a mistake, because after they move the rock out, I forgot they have two protector here. Yeah, I'll play another game. Hello, welcome. This will be my last game, and I am white. I'll play London System. It was a painful, torturing for the last game. don't actually like this move. Feel like they might preparing for this move. Currently they're not attacking anything that is not important. So I reckon knight out, and then they likely to push the pawn here, open up for the bishop, and then I'll push the pawn up here, preventing knight go there. So I think that will work. Okay, they developed the knight there, controlling the center. Well, I will also develop my knight. I have to be aware not to put the bishop there anymore because the bishop could directly take, and I currently don't have any piece protecting it because the knight is blocking my queen, controlling the space. So now they open up for the bishop here, likely to do this move. So push the pawn up, controlling the space. And then I'll push the pawn up here. I yeah, but after that, no one is controlling, like nothing is controlling here. Okay, they push the pawn up here. I wonder if they're aiming for this. They push the bishop, challenging my bishop. I usually take the challenge because that is easier to be calculated. My opponent have a few pieces here. Bishop controlling here, queen controlling here. They could get the knight in. So maybe I will push the pawn up, just preventing this move. And also because here is controlled by the rook, so I should be fine. Probably only put it here for now. And then I'll castle. I win the first game, lost the second game. Both game I play as French defense as black, and the second game I did it the wrong order, allowing them to pawn fork my bishop and knight, and then from there I just like keep losing material, and then I just couldn't flip the position and got checkmate. They pushed the pawn up. Wonder what they're up to. They could push it further. I'll take. They can take it with a knight. I don't mind taking. Yeah. What else can I do here? I have a knight. Here have two protector. Two attacker. I only have two protector. One protector here. Here is controlled by their pawn. I could go there to challenge their bishop. That would help them to have open file for their rock to come out. Not necessarily to be a good thing for me, but also that could also open up a diagonal for me. This knight here's controlled, here's controlled. I can go there and then go there, and they don't have a pawn to keep me out anymore. So that's could be a good place, because that would just making my knight to be more active. Here would attack the queen. What else can I do? Okay, they bring the knight in. Could be aiming for these plays. With it here, I can take it with a pawn, and then this will be open file for me. Though it would be nice to bring it into to bring the rock into the open file, but also that will lose the pawn hanging for the queen to take. So maybe I'll leave it there. And if the knight goes there, I can take it with a queen. It would be a free piece. That doesn't open up anything. They could go there. Rock can take. It's also not too threatening. They can go there. Fork the rock and bishop, but I can take it here, so that's also fine. They can take it with a queen, but I don't have to worry about it too much. Also, they're not lining up for anything that I can immediately see, so I don't think this is immediate threat. I think it's still fine. Ah, now I can see they're not preventing my move. Well, like I said, because my knight is not doing anything in the moment, so maybe I can go there, and then attacking the bishop, and also just trade pieces. I will definitely open up a file for my opponent. Maybe I can push the pawn here. Just but if I do that, I will lose my ability to control the square that they could go. Maybe I can move my queen here first and then push it there. But that's also controlled by the queen, so I can't easily do that. Where would be a weak square? So rook is protecting here. This pawn is protected. Queen is protecting the knight, the pawn here, and pawn here. And there's a pawn structure supporting, and they are protected by the king. Rook are connected. Bishop is supported by the pawn. Knight is supported by the pawn. So very solid structure. Maybe another thing I can do is push the pawn here. Only issue is that my king will be not safe. Okay, they get the knight back. I feel like they are preparing to push it here. But after I take. So if they push it here, and I don't do anything, they can push it here to close the position. That's actually worse for me, I reckon. But if I take it here, they have two protector that they can take it with the knight and maybe take my knight. And then if I take it with queen, my queen will be in a worse position. But let's do this first. They get the knight back. I feel like they might aiming for this. And then that would attack my king. Honestly, I don't think that's too bad. They're gonna do this. and then I'll move my king, and then don't know what they're gonna do, but if they take it here, I guess I can push the bishop to here. Yeah, if they don't move it here. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should go there so that I can get my bishop out. So now it's controlling two light square, and queen can't immediately get there to give me a check that is protected. Okay. If I goes to here, then they can push it here, and then I have to move back again. I can move my queen to control here. But their knight is currently control that space, and I need another piece to do that. I think I'll get my king safe first. Or, I can get my queen there first, just controlling this diagonal. And then I can easily bring my rook out and then bring my king back. They might push it here, but that means that this pawn would be hanging, like it will be weak. Okay, they push it here. If I take it, queen could directly take back. Well, Wait, if I take a queen could directly take back, and then my knight is hanging. Yeah, and maybe I have to bring my knight back. So this would protect it. And then if they move the knight and I take that, I'll be losing a piece. If I take it here, if I just push it, they can push it here. I guess I can take it here, and then after they take, maybe my knight take. So that should be fine, relatively. Another thing that I'm thinking is get my knight here, and then after, let's say they take it here, I can take, and then, or like if they resolve the queen here, I can't immediately see anything bad, and I can have a queen, I can have a knight trade. So yeah, I will let them take me. Wait, if they do this, there'll be a check. I have to resolve it here. And then the knight take. And if I take it back, that will be equal. But if they immediately bring the queen into the game, or they can't have a good square to check me, because I'm also calculating, will I accidentally lose a piece here? Okay, they didn't do that first, which is interesting. Now I can do this. Okay. Knight here, controlling there. Queen could go here. Will a thought? I can drop back first, and then their queen can't go there anymore because that is controlling. That's also quite nicely lining up for myself. Um, Now the question become, how can I win checkmate here? Like, obviously, if I do queen here, they would push it up or push it up here. And then this will be protected by the queen. And here will be protected by the rook. Okay, they already started this. Well, with it here, I don't have a light square that I can easily go. Maybe I'll completely drop back. Feel like they would push it here. Oh, but if they do, maybe I can use a bishop to take. And they could take it with the pawn. No, they can't because it's pinned to the king. Well, in that case, I could take here with the queen. They are proposing a queen trade, but they're proposing a queen trade. That is my immediate thought. Are they aiming for somewhere that could be easily checkmate me? I can't see. In that case, I'll take the pawn here. I could move the rook and then prepare for checkmate. Now they give me a check and also protecting that square. I think that's fair. I would generally go to here because it's just have more protection. Oh, if I can do this, that could be a nice fork. But I reckon their knight would take me. Oh, screwed. Because they can do this. Their knight is controlling that. And then their queen could go there. And then because my king is under attack, I have to move. And then rook is under attack. Ah, I'm losing the rook. After they take, I move here. Well, luckily, my rook is protected. But this pawn is not. I'm thinking about doing this because that would be nicely lining up. And if the queen take here, I'm happily taking it back. The only thing is that after I do this, they do that to give me a check, and then I can use it to block. Maybe I can do this first. I use it to block. If they take, I'll take, and then I'll be protecting my bishop. But after this, if they immediately take here, then I can't use my knight to take here. That would be awkward. Maybe it is important to save my piece first. But if I move my queen down, I will face the issue is knight moves there and they could fork my piece. So I think I should use rock to protect this. And they can't easily do that. I mean, they can still do this to attack the bishop. But then I can move my king up, protecting here, and also they attack my queen. They currently have more pieces, so I reckon it's not that smart to trade. And in that case, I would drop. Oh, are they also attacking here? King move out. I mean, they can go there. Oh. Oh well. I guess they're confident about the um, trade here. If I push it up here, they take, I have to take, and then they would take me again. So maybe I'll take them, but then it's gonna be hard for me to remove the pawn. What else can I do? Yeah, because after they take, that will still be... I can push it up here. If I do this, they will directly take my rock. But if they take me, I can take it with the bishop. And then... And that would be better. But also, I can just push further. Yeah, I'll let them take me. And then I'll drop back the king and start to push the pawn here. Am I walking into this? Interesting. Am I losing my chance to push the pawn? If I push it up here, then they take, I take, and then this will be the only one that's worrying. Maybe I'll do this first. Okay, after I take, if they take here, I can take the rock. And then, let's say they take, I'll take it with the bishop. So, yeah. Oh, so painful. They could drop the rock now. So, I feel like they could move it here. Well, I guess I can just push it. No, I can't because I have to move my king first. And then I can't move it this side. Okay. That's actually better. Wait, what? Did my mouse slip again? Oh my god. Should I resign? I'm just one step away from being checkmate. Oh. That's controlling there. I guess I can't. Make it a this is so painful. It's so painful. It's so painful. Oh. Ugh. I think it wasn't too bad up until the end. Maybe here is not as good because my knight, my king is currently in a could be back rank checkmate situation, and also it prevent my rook being connected. Maybe I should have left it like that, and then bring my other rook out. And then having the bishop here, because they no, that will, oh, actually my knight is controlling there. So having my bishop out, and then if they move the knight, my king could walk into a safe square. But this is so painful. Well, that's it for today. I've reached 50 hours of streaming today. That's exciting, but I'm not feeling very excited just because the game is so slow and painful. But other than that, it feels sort of fine, I guess. Yeah, on Thursday, I reckon I'll start to learn new opening, and I'll decide it tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching, and see you later this week.